Welcome back, everybody. It seems like I haven't done a video in a month, man. It seems, so long, but it hasn't been that long, so let's get into this. But before I get into this, I want to thank you all for the comments. It's night and day to when I first started with YouTube, and I made a video about Massa Wong, and people were flipping out about it, but it was just crazy. But then I had all these haters and stuff like that, and so it's so nice having so many educated people on this forum now, which, man, some of you guys, the comments that you guys are making are just top notch. Please keep them coming, because it helps me bring more content. It gets my juices flowing, and it's all great. So without any further ado, I want to get into a comment that Accelerating Universe made. He said that about the last video with the Fa Jing is, Fa Jing is easy to do. He didn't say all of this, but it's easy to do when you're standing and stuff like that. But actually fighting, actually moving, it gets difficult to make these type of movements that are going to give you that extra oomph. And he's so right, and so I want to give you guys something to work on to where it'll help with that in the beginning. Number one is Tai Chi principles, and the Tai Chi principle is what? Just to slow the shit down and get that going. So if I slow it down and get those muscles to remember, and to where I don't have to think about it, it automatically comes because of muscle memory. All right, whenever, I'm sure all of you guys have done this too, is that most techniques in the Chinese martial arts are one guy punches and stands there like that while the other guy moves off to the angles or whatever, and when you're going to fight somebody and they're going to chamber one hand and stand there in a forward stance, is just unrealistic as all hell. And I used to think it was stupid as all hell until I was sparring various people and I would catch them with stuff and really get them. And they're going, oh my gosh, how did you catch me with that? And I would say, I don't know. But it was the muscle memory, because teacher would have us evading off to the side and coming in and striking various points. And I thought to myself, yeah, good luck doing 90 miles an hour and your opponent's doing 90 miles an hour and you're going to hit these tiny little spots. Well, lo and behold, you do hit those tiny little spots, and you do the things that you were doing at practice. So, when it seemed like a waste, it really wasn't. It was a really great experience, man, because you really see it come to life. So keep that in mind. So when you are moving, all right, and you're getting off, and now you're bouncing, that would be the first thing I would tell people. Start off with bouncing, all right? Because you don't have to slide off and then work that punch that we were working on in the last video, where I demonstrated the Fa Jing with in the last video. I would say start your movements with the bouncing, all right? And really shake those shoulders. Slow it way down, get that bounce, speed it up, and then when you're speeding it up and you're not getting that motion, what do you have to do? All right, you sped it up to 25, take it back down to 15. Now you've got it mastered when you're doing 15 miles an hour. Now get it back up to 25 miles an hour. Now all of a sudden you're doing it great at 25 miles an hour. You go to 35 and all of a sudden it goes to shit again. So what do? Slow it back down to 25. All right, master it. Get it up to 35. Now all of a sudden you're doing it great at 35. What happens when you get to 50? It's shit again. All right, you have to back off, master it, and then pile on the speed, So by taking that Tai Chi principle of slowing things down until you get it mastered, and then accelerating. I was told this years and years and years ago, is that you never sacrifice technique for anything. All right, and that's even speed. Don't sacrifice technique for speed. So if your technique is great here, but when you add more and more and more speed and it looks like crap now, you better slow it back down in order to get that technique perfect again. When you get that technique perfect again, pile on the speed until you see yourself not doing it. All right, so my suggestion would be to get off to that oblique. Like you guys, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm on like a line, a parking spot line. All right, and if I'm in here, get off to the oblique and really pop and get that down pat. Go slow and pick up the speed. I would start off with bouncing because it's easier and you're shaking both of those shoulders out, all right? A lot of people, there's been some new people that have made some comments about what their teachers have said to them, and it's amazing because like you guys heard me say, well, you probably didn't hear me say this because I wrote it in a comment, but my first teacher told me you have to become like a spring, you know, like a metal spring. You have to coil and uncoil, okay? That recoil happens, boom, and then that uncoil. Now, teacher would talk about it like being a lineman in the NFL or something, where you're off and it's that coming up like a offensive lineman coming up off the ground, okay? He would talk about it in that regard. So whatever clicks, and you could see that spring for me really clicked because I was told that as a boy, and here I am 50 years later, almost 49 years later, it's still implanted in my brain that I have to become like a spring. But it's really funny too because a guy in Cleveland, Edwin, some of you guys met on unlisted videos, Edwin always called me a spring because I would always be, you know, hyper and bouncing around. But I laughed about it because I said, you know, my first teacher always told me I had to be like a spring. And so you see how it can really play in. And if you guys are not reading some of these comments, you know, Asla Rock 12, this, you know, Will Pierce, I was going to say Will Smith. Will Pierce been with me a long time, you guys. We've known each other since he was a boy and I was a young man. I mean, that's how long him and I have been around each other in the Chinese martial arts. So, man, these guys, I could see the people like Will Pierce that I know real well. Of course, I know his knowledge and his and what he soaks in, and he's from basically the same everything as me, you know, got the same blood as me, kinda. But other people like the Asla Rock 12, Accelerating Universe, I don't know if he's from Ho Chun or what, but some of these people, man, they've got great analogies. This Mark Donovan, today, Sunday was his first time ever commenting. I don't know how long he's been watching my channel, but man, the comments that are coming from people are just amazing. One mind, one spirit. This dude is on point with so much. So you guys keep it up, man. Keep up the comments. If you're not a member here, but you've been watching my videos, what the hell? Just pay the price for admission, and all it is just to, you know, subscribe to the channel, man. Make a contribution because you never know. You know, nobody's here to bash any of the comments. It's here to, man, get ideas from those comments. If I hear something like that, Mark Donovan, who just made a comment, first time on Sunday, I received a comment from this guy, and he was talking about his teacher said you should have, like, you've got ball bearings in your body. And can you imagine bouncing somebody with ball bearings shooting down through your hands? That gave me the instant visual of power, just straight up power. So, and I believe it was One Mind, One Spirit, or Accelerating Universe, or As the Rock 12, that said he had a Tai Chi teacher, or it might have been somebody else. If I'm mistaken, please forgive me. But they said that their teacher was talking about Tai Chi and said, you're just moving around meat when you're just, you're just moving meat around. It's nothing. You should be breaking bones. And this is the visual you have to have, you guys, all right? So I hope you guys see this video for what it's worth. Start moving with bouncing, all right? And you know what? Another thing, too, before I go is a lot of times we want to move and try to get this done. If you make a good evasion and get off at that oblique, you don't know how much time you have, you guys. A lot of times you'll go, oh my gosh, I could have done this or that to the guy. And, it felt like you had 5 minutes. It's like Jordan said a lot of times when he would shoot, that the rim seemed like it was 3 foot in circumference when he would shoot the ball. So it's the same thing when you're getting off at those obliques. You don't believe how much time you have sometimes, all right? So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace be with you. And when this video comes out tomorrow and on Tuesday, I'll be ready to land in Cleveland, so hopefully I'll get some good footage there. But I am going to get Thursday's video done as well. So, peace.